Today, we're diving into a sharply observed Dutch dramedy with a title as chaotic as its lead character, Aanmodderfakker, or How to Avoid Everything, a film about stunted growth, emotional stagnation, and the absurdity of modern manhood. Let's take a look. Tom is 32 years old, perpetually unemployed, living in a student house, and clinging to the life of a carefree 20-something long after the expiration date. While his peers move on, getting jobs, starting families, forming identities beyond late-night parties, Tom remains fixed, orbiting a reality he refuses to acknowledge. His days blur into each other, filled with microwaved meals, ironic detachment, and casual hookups. But when he starts falling for a woman who doesn't share his inertia, reality begins its slow, inevitable crawl toward him. Bas de Vos' screenplay is lean, dry, and laced with biting wit, but it's Gijs' neighbor's performance as Tom that anchors the film in something deeper than comedic apathy. Neighbor walks a delicate line between repulsion and relatability. Tom is selfish, lazy, emotionally evasive, and yet, there's a vulnerability in his denial of adulthood that feels painfully familiar. He isn't trying to be cruel, he's just terrified of change, of effort, of becoming someone other than the ghost he's been pretending to be. Director Michiel ten Hoorn handles this material with a kind of sly precision. He understands that stasis can be cinematic, if handled with rhythm and subtle contrast. The film's color palette is washed out and cluttered, mirroring Tom's lifestyle: greasy plates, half-packed boxes, computer glow at 3 a.m. The production design doesn't glamorize his environment. It presents it as is, crumbling, juvenile, stuck in amber. And yet, it's never miserablest. There's warmth here, often in the form of absurdity. The humor is dry, observational, but always humane. What makes Aanmodderfakker stand out is that it never overplays its hand. There's no big transformation, no overly dramatic breakdown. Tom doesn't suddenly become a model adult. The character arc is more honest than that. The film ends not with reinvention, but with a flicker of self-awareness. And sometimes, for a person like Tom, that's monumental. There's no source material behind this, it's an original work, but it plays like a cousin to Noah Baumbach's Greenberg or Lena Dunham's Early Girls. It taps into the strange cultural moment where adulthood is both delayed and demanded, where identity becomes performance, and where the fear of doing something is only slightly stronger than the fear of doing nothing. Aanmodderfakker may be a comedy, but it carries a tragic undertone, the tragedy of potential wasting itself through passive resistance. It doesn't scream for your attention, but it lingers, quietly asking a question that few comedies dare to: what if the joke is you? Score, 8 out of 10. Aanmodderfakker is funny, awkward, painfully accurate, and a reminder that sometimes, doing nothing is a choice with consequences. If you've ever felt stuck in neutral while the world shifts around you, this one hits close. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you're ready for more films that challenge comfort zones.